Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream, folks. Welcome to the live stream. And I gotta turn my camera on and I gotta get the Discord open. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Whoops, I didn't mean to press that. Didn't mean to press that. Anyway, folks, welcome to the live stream. I am here with, we're going to be live with Silver Bells, but hold on a minute as I get everything ready. And as I get everything ready and set, ladies and gentlemen, as we get into it, I'm gonna have Silver Bells join me real quick. So, yeah, as we wait for Silver Bells, and as I turn my camera on, and get everything set up, folks, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream. As always, today, we're gonna be covering LTM movie reviews. Today, and as we wait momentarily for Silver Bells to join today, as we wait momentarily for Silver Bells to join. As we wait momentarily for Silver Bells to join us real quick, he'll be joining us tonight as we go and uncover LTM vlogs and editorials, but it's LTM movie reviews, as we're checking out today some of his older stuff. But as always, it's your host, Mr. Playboy here. And we're joined with the Silver Bells show.
How's it going?
Yes, we got the Silver Bells
The
show.
the old days, the old channel.
Yep, the old days. We're back in the old
The long,
channel days. Today we got some
the long lost videos.
Yep, the long lost videos that are on the Silver Bell show. Today we're checking out some of LTM's oldest stuff today. If you're wondering, hotboxing, what an LTM is, well, let me tell you what an LTM is. It stands for Luke the Man Button.
Did they ask the age old question? Who the is that LTM or something like that?
Yeah, remember when that one guy hotboxing on the live stream said, "What the heck is an LTM?"
Oh yeah, hotboxing says, "What is an LTM?" Oh yeah,
Yes, I
yeah.
had to pull out the Teeth Daggers reference. But anyway, let's check out The Legend of Nicktoons Part 2. Which one do you want to watch first?
Uh, was there a part one? I thought there was a part one to that.
I don't know where it is actually.
Right down here. Legend of Nicktoons. I think it's right here.
Which one?
Go down a little more. Yeah, right
Legend
there.
Nicktoons
Part
Part
one.
1.
Let's watch it. Now there might be some copyright stuff in here, so I don't know if he got copyright on some stuff or not. So,
Well, let's see.
all right, let's check it out. Oh, is it Frozen? It's Frozen again, I think.
Buddy's Night presents.
Hey, it's Frozen again.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
No, I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah, try it again. See. All right.
Okay, here we go.
All right, there it goes. Oh.
Greetings, LTM. Hey,
Oh
Carl,
no.
glad you can make it. Come on with me.
Thanks for coming with me, Carl.
No problem, LTM. So, can you explain to me
That's a
one
spot
last
on
time
Carl
why you
Weasel
brought me here?
impression, though.
Yes.
Well, Carl, I'm here to bring you here because I need your help. I am reviewing a few of the Nicktoons. But first, a little history.
Back in the 1980s, Nickelodeon was considered to be the first network or the first channel that was made by kids for kids. They had cartoons such as Danger Mouse, Count Duckula, Inspector Gadget, and a few others. But it wasn't really enough. So Nickelodeon decided
Oh, yeah, the Inspector Gadget.
to make cartoons for their own. Consider they're called Nicktoons. Cartoons that were made just for the channel itself. They were not really cheap to make, but they were very, very, very successful and would impact the studio for the rest of history. Now, I may not go through every single one of them since considering that there is a bunch of these, but I'm going to go through the ones that I grew up with the most. So, if there's one that I forgot to mention in this video, then please comment below.
Now that we got some of the history out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Nicktoon. I am reviewing a few of the Nicktoons from the ones that I grew up with. Let's start out with the first Nicktoon that ever came out on Nickelodeon. The first three Nicktoons, or one of the first three Nicktoons, Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, no.
Ren and Stimpy is like one of the most divided shows I've seen. Not just from Nickelodeon wise, but just cartoon animation community in general. Some love it, some hate it, some find it controversial. I'm kind of in the middle. It's too friggin' insane for me to handle, but other times it's too gross for me to handle, but other times it's just smart, clever, and hilarious. It's not really much. It's just about them going on these crazy adventures while also dealing with their gross antics, kind of like a Tom and Jerry cartoon, except the Tom and Jerry cartoon it's more gross and vulgar. There is a lot of controversy involving the creator, and there was stuff about John Kay, which I will talk about in another video someday in the future. But the
Which he never
show
got to
was
that.
actually pretty solid and okay.
Do what?
I don't think the show was
He never did.
Do what?
He never covered the thing about the creator or whatever.
Oh yeah.
for everyone, but it's got its moments. Gross moments, but they're gross in a fun way. The ideas are very creative.
Yeah, well,
I do
I'm
like the
surprised they
main.
allowed that show on Nickelodeon because there is some stuff on there that I don't think was for kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised it was a Nicktoons show. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I've heard some bad things about it.
Oh yeah.
Duo. There are some fun episodes I do remember, and of course there are some nice songs like "Don't Whiz on the Electric Fence" and "Happy Happy Joy Joy."
What
Some of the
heck?
greatest songs in animation history. I do recommend this show for anyone who loves good gross out, or just for those, or just animation fans in general, because Ren and Stimpy did take a lot of influence from, or a lot of animated shows were taking influence from Ren and Stimpy. SpongeBob, Powerpuff Girls, Eat the Cat, Schnookums and Mead. We did get a few ripoffs here and there, so I do recommend Ren and Stimpy.
But it wasn't just Ren and Stimpy that was a big hit. We also had this tiny little hit called Rugrats.
Oh yeah.
Rugrats has one of the most simplest premise you could put in any cartoon. A show about a bunch of babies,
Who
and
can't
that was
forget
it. It was about a
Rugrats?
show with about a bunch of
Wait,
babies.
what'd you say?
I said, who can't forget Rugrats?
Yeah, I actually watched that one.
In that new series on Paramount, the new Rugrats.
Oh yeah.
You know, learning about taking a nap, having these morals about learning how to use the bathroom, learning about how to act like an adult. Very simple scenarios, but they do it in such a very creative way, and I got to give Rugrats flag for that. And before SpongeBob, this was the big Nicktoon that was kind of big for a while, which is the reason why we had 3 movies, 2 spin-off shows, and of course even a recent reboot.
Yep.
I like the show a lot. I don't think it's my favorite Nicktoon, but I could kind of see why it's considered a classic. I like the main duo, Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil. Angelica is probably one of the
Oh, it's
best villains in
Chucky.
any Nicktoon show.
Yeah.
I like now the animation style kind of bothered me for a while, but it did kind of grow on me as the show went on. I think it totally takes an advantage of the animation and the style that it was going for. So I really like the characters, the style, animation. The best parts for me were the adult characters because they're the ones that stole the show. I really like Stu, Dee Dee, Drew, and Chucky's dad and all that. And they were probably some of the funniest parts of the show, especially Grandpa Louie. He's probably one of my favorite characters of the show. So I personally recommend Rugrats for those who want to watch something different or watch something from a different perspective of its concept.
Yeah, I cut out a little bit there.
Are you saying the third one was so bad, LTM?
Well, this third one's not bad. It's just, you know, average-ish. This is Doug.
Now, let me make one thing perfectly clear. I don't
I
hate
didn't
this
watch that
show.
one.
In fact, I think it's pretty
What's this one called?
I think Doug or something like that.
Oh yeah.
decent, and I think it's one of the better shows of any Nickelodeon show. But, well, let me get to the good stuff first. The animation style, although it got me some kind of like Rugrats, it took me some time to get used to the style, but it kind of grew on me as time would go on, and the more the show progressed. I think what bothered me was just the idea itself. It's just every teen show that we've ever seen, and it's just very standard stuff. You know, it's about a boy going through high school, and that's it. A shy boy moving to a new town, going to high school. That's it. All they did was just change the ideas and stuff like that. Like you have these weird names like Pork Chop or Roger or something like that. And the names in this were just so strange to me. The characters aren't bad, but they're not very as memorable as other Nicktoon shows, and that's kind of mediocre for me. But that's probably because I didn't grow up on the show as much as the other two. Though Doug is fine. If you want something simple and kind of relaxed, though,
Wait until you watch this until you get a watch of Memetasia.
Oh yeah, yeah, guys. If you haven't checked this channel out yet, go check it out because Meme Tasia is going to take you on a wild trip. Just saying.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Meme
Kind
Tasia
of
is going to
all.
have you having a lot of questions.
Yeah. You better get the sound drops ready.
Yeah. I was
Three of
telling,
the
I was telling
Nicktoons
it.
we had when this came out, this was one of the more calmer shows, but it's just so stale and kind of boring. I think for some teens that grew up with this show or any teens that can relate to this show, I do kind of recommend it, but it's not for everyone. I do know some people that like it. Hey, LTM, did we also
No,
have
no, always again.
another cartoon that changed the world by storm? Kind of like Ren and Stimpy?
Yep, let's talk about Rocco's.
That's racist!
Rocco's Modern Life was kind of like Ren and Stimpy, except maybe a little bit more reserved and not quite as controversial. Also, with a lot more innuendos. The show was about a tiny kangaroo named Rocco with an Australian accent, along with his best pal Heifer, which Heifer would go on to become the influence of Patrick the
Heifer, that's
Starfish,
funny.
which that's what a lot of people would compare him to. Both of them go on these weird and crazy adventures and learn the misunderstandings of modern life. The show had such a really zany tone to it, but it actually kind of worked. Though, strangely enough, I know this sounds a little bit weird, Rocco felt more like a show made for adults, kind of like Ren and Stimpy. Now, I'm not saying kids can't watch Rocco, it's just, I don't consider Rocco a kid's show. Like I said, the show has a lot of innuendos, double entenders, some dark themes, and some really uncomfortable moments. I don't recommend it for everyone. Though if you do like some of the zaniness and the animation, it's fine. Kids can really get into the bright colors. There are some creative moments. It's got some fun characters.
And we'll give him this. This is where he based off his editorials from, I guess. So he took his editorials from this, right?
Yeah, because he started on this channel editorials, then he moved over to LTM vlogs, and then because I think he started editorials like when this 2 years ago was when he started them.
Yeah.
Because he started doing like new stuff, like making editorials and stuff.
So this is
That's
where his editorials kind of took off.
yeah.
I do like the side characters like Heifer and Filbert and those two neighbor frogs. I forgot their names. I do like the characters. I do like the setting. Like I said, the animation is really nice and really cartoony. It reminds me a lot of Ren and Stimpy and SpongeBob. I don't recommend it for everyone because I consider it more for adults. But if you want to give it a chance, I say give it a chance. Hey, LTM, what about the one with the weird ass monsters?
I did forget about that one.
Oh boy.
Let's talk about All Real Monsters.
So
Oh
now,
man,
when it comes to All Real
What?
that show was something.
Yeah.
Monsters, kind of like Doug, I never really grew up on it that much as a kid because number one, it wasn't really on that much when I was young, when I was a kid, and number two, All Real Monsters reminded me a lot of Monsters Inc., which is
Yeah,
saying a lot because along with Little Monsters, this show would go on to influence Monsters Inc. So that's kind of saying something. The show was about these three monsters who basically end up going to a school or an academy of monsters.
so that what
Actually,
Monsters
reminds me a
Inc. was
lot of
based.
Monsters
Gonna be
University.
got the idea from this.
I probably.
Is what he's saying. Basically, Monsters Inc. is like an adaptation of this, or they
Yeah.
got the idea from this.
Maybe. Yeah, I think is what he's trying to say here.
Okay.
But with a more cheaper budget.
Yeah.
The show was really fun and creative, and the more I kept watching the show, the more I realized I kind of wish I did grow up on this one a little bit more. I don't think it's a great show. I mean, like I said, this was from the same animation team that did Rugrats, and I will say the monsters look very good in this compared to the humans in Rugrats. The Rugrats humans weren't bad, but they were just kind of creepy with the designs because the humans look like potatoes. Their heads look like potatoes, and the monsters this fits the design of what Classic Koopa is capable of. Most shows would go on. Classic Koopa's human designs would get worse and worse. It would look uglier and
For the
uglier.
potato,
But
asshole.
we're gonna get to
Thank
the
you.
rest of those shows in a little bit. But All Real Monsters wasn't bad. Not much to say about this one, but it's a good show and a very creative and fun one.
And now let's talk about the last cartoon of the 90s, Hey Arnold.
Oh yeah, that you should know
Out of all
that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
the Nicktoons, Hey Arnold
It's
is the
that guy,
most different out of all of them.
that
It's
Super Bowl
kind of
commercial.
Yeah.
like Doug, but basically a little bit better, and I think it develops its characters a lot better than Doug. Also, it's a lot more serious. Now, Hey Arnold wasn't always serious. There were some funny moments and goofy moments, but it wasn't. When I mean serious or more adult, I don't necessarily mean something like Rocco or Ren and Stimpy, where it's mostly made mature audiences. Like it's very gross and sexual sort of way. It actually is kind of mature in like the dark sense. Hey Arnold has a lot of themes, deals with a lot of themes, and actually deals with scenarios that you don't see in most kids shows. Um, it's a little bit darker. It tries to be a little more serious and topics that you don't see in most kids shows. The show was mostly about a boy, a football-headed boy. Make your Stewie Griffin reference in the bottom of the comments, and about him, just a kid living on the block. And that's about it. Not really much. But Hey Arnold at least took this concept and turned it into a really dark and serious, mature show. Now, is it really dark? Not really. I mean, it's got some dark themes, but nothing too bad for kids. I do recommend this show because out of all the Nicktoons, this is probably my favorite out of all of them. It's probably my top 10, maybe top 5 favorite Nicktoon. I do recommend this show if you like shows like Doug or any sort of slice of life live action show sitcom. Then you'll probably like Hey Arnold a lot.
To be continued. There we go. Okay, here's part 2. You want to watch part 2?
Yeah, it's like part 2.
Oh, here's
Oh.
that intro.
Old intro.
Yeah, I remember this. Powerhouse Nation.
Bloody Night video.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to part 2.
There's the old house,
of
too.
Nicktoons.
Yep, we don't see
Let's
that
start out
anymore.
part 2 with the Angry Beavers.
Despite the lame title, because,
The Angry
well,
Be-
the Angry
this one.
Beavers, they're not really
I don't know much about this one.
angry in each and every episode. I mean, there's moments when they're angry, but that's not technically what the plot is about. It's basically about these two beavers trying to live on their own while also going on these crazy adventures. It's like Ren and Stimpy, but not as controversial and not as over the top. Kind of like Rocco in a way.
Well, hello, 3 people watching. Today we're reacting to LTM's video, the LTM, The Legend of Nicktoons Part 2. Today we're watching it today, folks.
It was fine, but it really wasn't my favorite. I would have preferred something like this. Oh, I would prefer something like Ren and Stimpy or Rocco over this show. Not bad or anything. I just never found myself laughing to most of it. With that said, I do like some of the scenarios they get into. It does have some fun side characters, and I do remember some episodes that actually made me laugh, but not made me laugh out loud. I actually do remember more of the side.
What?
For the 3 people watching, this is where LTM got his start. This was his first channel before he started getting into some copyright stuff and had to go to his new one, which is LTM and editorials. But
No,
we're watching to
before
where he got his
LTM editorials and stuff, it was LTM vlogs.
Yeah, this is where he got his start. This is like the very beginning channel.
Yeah, this is where it all came out full circle.
It's no longer active anymore, but you can still, if you still want to watch it, you can still see all the videos and stuff. They're still all up.
Oh yeah, it's still up and everything.
Characters than I do with the main characters. Main characters weren't bad or anything. They just weren't very. They just seemed like another Ren and Stimpy knockoff. But at the same time, I actually didn't mind this show too much. It's not great, and it's not my favorite Nicktoon, but I didn't mind revisiting this show again, and it's really good. Not bad. Not my favorite Nicktoon, but definitely one I wouldn't mind coming back to. Not really much to say about this one. It's just kind of generic in a way, but at the same time, it's not bad. It gives the audience what it wants. Some fun entertainment with some fun characters.
Let's talk about a cartoon that I've been getting a lot of requests to review, Cat Dog.
Okay, for starters, I actually remember liking this show as a kid. I didn't love it, but I thought it was okay in a Ren and Stimpy sort of way. this was kind of the time where Nickelodeon was trying to cash in on stuff like from Ren and Stimpy or Rocco, trying to make it that big, make this big gross out show for kids. We got SpongeBob for that too, but this was during the time when they were still trying to find their SpongeBob peak. So for this show, I don't hate it, but I don't think it's my favorite. I like this show better than
I feel
say
like over the
Anthony
years
Beavers,
he's
which
gotten better. He's gotten better reviewing stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, like now that he's been doing it for a long time, I think he's starting to get better.
Oh yeah.
if I had to choose either one or two, it'd have to be this show. The show can get really gross though. Not as bad as something like say Ren and Stimpy or Modern SpongeBob, but it's pretty close. The gross out is pretty bad.
Have you seen the new SpongeBob episodes and everything?
Oh, they're rough. I don't watch them that much anymore, but they're not like they used to be.
No, they're not. I watched one, and it was like one of remember the Krabby Patty one? Remember when they turned them all to Krabby Patties? That one was weird.
Yeah.
Remember the newer ones are even more weird. Have you
I
seen?
know. I think I went on Nickelodeon.com and I saw like some of the new ones. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna watch that.
Yeah, some of the
I'm
new
not
ones.
saying they're getting political, but I'm just saying they're getting weird.
Oh yeah, they're getting to a point.
Yeah. I think they should just give up. The actors should just give up. And I know SpongeBob's like the longest running show on Nickelodeon, but
It's basically
I don't.
becoming like Family Guy, where it ran for a lot in The Simpsons.
I'm not sure how much longer it can go until it start getting tiring and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of barfing and a lot of body fluids. It's kind of gross, but
I've already seen that.
I like
Brandon.
these characters fine. They had some fun side characters. There were some fun scenarios. The animation looks very very fluid. I like how really stylized it is. I also do like the dynamics they get into. I do know that the show was treated badly from Nickelodeon because the final season didn't air till like 5 years later or something like that. Media Mementos could tell you that better, but the show was fine. I don't think it's great. I wish it would have been a little bit better, like with the concept and stuff, because the concept's not really that much. But as for a show for kids, it's fine.
Now let's talk about one of the more interesting Nicktoons.
Carl's been kind of quiet this episode.
Oh yeah.
Wild Thornberries was a show I had very split
I remember this one.
feelings on growing up. Not that it was bad or anything. In fact, after the past two Nicktoons, this one tried to do something different, and I appreciate that. It's just the things in the show. I think I think it's just maybe a little weaker compared to something like say, oh, I don't know, Angry Beavers or Doug. But to be fair, with that said, I really like this show. There were some fun scenarios. The idea was really really creative, and I love the idea itself. My problem with it was that the first season, Elijah doesn't really talk to animals throughout the first season. I mean, there are a couple animals that pop up, but it's mostly like other adventures and stuff like that. When she won't start talking to most animals until like the rest of the further seasons. And the movie itself is actually pretty good. And I think they had a crossover with Rugrats at some point, but I'll talk about that in the near future.
Which he didn't get to actually.
Never,
sadly.
because they never brought that up. Nope.
Yeah. We should get
Yeah,
Luke to
yeah.
go back to some of his older stuff.
Yeah, I think he needs to continue. Well, I mean, continue this where he says he's going to do it in the near future.
Yeah. Like the one with
I kept telling him, I'm like, your channels are still up. You can still like go back to them. You had to make yourself have to make new channels because I mean this one's only got one strike. I think the other one's got two, but
yeah.
you can have up to three in order to before they delete you. So
Yeah. You can
'Cause
still
I think he's like-
react to this one though if you wanted to.
yeah, just be like a meme channel or something.
The show was really good. It had some fun characters. Darwin is a very fun side character. I love the animals, and I like the use of realism. I do like I like some of the ideas they have and the adventures they go on. Like I said, if that first season, if they would show a little bit more animals, I would have liked it a little bit more. but that's just me. But I did like this show a lot, and I hope it does get more attention over time.
And now it's time to talk about the big one. And you guys probably know what it is already.
Let me guess. It's that one with the yellow sponge that made Nickelodeon a household name, right, LTM?
Oh well, it did, but then now look at it now.
Yeah, look at it now. Modern SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's like a. Yeah, well, it was Nickelodeon's best at the time, but now it's.
Yeah, there's
It's
some
falling off the rails. It fell off the rails now.
Yeah, remember the Cuddly Hugs one?
Yeah.
That one was
Oh,
weird.
man.
That is right. This is SpongeBob SquarePants.
Okay, so I've talked about this show so many times in the past, but I'll try my best to think of something that I haven't said already. First of all, SpongeBob is probably one of the biggest shows on television right now, and it's been like that since 1999.
You look at it now, though.
Was.
Yeah, it was.
The show would go on to give out so much merchandise and movies, and even recently we got spin-offs, so there's that. If I had to choose, if I had to choose the show, how to explain or describe the show overall, it's charming, really funny, really charming, and absolutely hilarious. Of course, seasons
Finland.
6 through
Oh yeah, Finland.
Are you okay?
is when it, or season
Yeah.
6 through 9 is where it started to lose its touch, like most people would say. But for me, I would say it would probably start around the 6th season, and yeah, I agree with that. 4 and 5, I know some people don't like seasons 4 and 5, but me, I think some of them are pretty underrated, and they do have bad episodes.
We on now.
Yeah.
We on what 22 or 23 or something like that.
What, on the seasons?
Yeah.
I think so. I have no clue. I don't keep track with that. Honestly.
Me neither.
The first 3 seasons are gold. Even the early SpongeBob, which I will admit is a little slow compared to modern SpongeBob, but it's really good. As for season 10 through 11, I think they're kind of okay. I don't think they're great. I do prefer seasons 1 through 3 or 4.
Yeah.
4 and 5 over them, but
what'd you say?
I said the old ones were good.
Yeah, the old ones are the best.
I would say I would put it in between 4 and 5 and 6 through 9. 6 through 9 are awful. But overall, I really love this show, and it's been my favorite since I was a kid. So there's that. So SpongeBob is a phenomenon.
Well, SpongeBob wasn't the only one that had to suffer from Nickelodeon. We also had the Fairly Odd Parents.
Yes, I grew up with this one.
Oh, we're on season 14 since we're on now.
We're on season 14?
SpongeBob, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, the Fairly Odd Parents is a good one.
Yeah.
I grew up with that one.
The Fairly Odd Parents was
Did
not need time to.
What'd you say?
You care if I showed the new one?
Oh, you want me to show you some clips of the old one, of the new one?
The new one is so. If I'm allowed to say this on YouTube, so woke.
I wouldn't say it's woke, but it's
got a character in there.
Wait, what?
Yeah, have you not seen the new one yet?
No.
No. Here, I'm gonna show you my screen. Show you the new one.
Oh no.
No, that's the new one right there. Fairy Odd Parents and New Wish.
Oh, that one.
That one, yeah.
So they got a new character apparently.
Yeah, they got a girl. They got a girl playing instead of a guy. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Timmy Turner's no longer played by a guy. I don't think.
Well, that kind of sucks, I guess, for the show.
Yeah, they're putting it on. I think they're putting it on Paramount. I think.
Oh, it's on Paramount. Well, I gotta watch it then and see how bad it is.
Very odd Parents sequel series.
I guess
No,
they're
it's on
trying to replace Timmy Turner.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix?
Yeah, the Fairy Odd Parents New Wish reboot.
I like honestly, I like the original better.
Yeah, you can't beat the original.
Yeah, the original is on Netflix if you do want to watch it. But anyway, back to LTM and Friends.
Grow when it first came out. Much like SpongeBob, it was already a big hit. It grew a following and stuff like that. The best way to describe Fairly Odd Parents was charming. At least the first five or six seasons. I do agree that once they start adding characters, that's when they started to lose their charm and their likability. But I
Oh yeah, remember when they added the dog and everything?
Oh yeah.
can't exaggerate the fact that the first 5 or 6
Poof was fine. I didn't have a problem with that one.
What I like about the new one though is they are bringing back the original cast though.
Yeah.
seasons are actually pretty solid. Now, let me put it this way: seasons 1 through 5, they're great. Fun stories, charming characters, likable villains. It had a lot of good charm to it. Season 6 and 7, I was starting to see a decline, but nothing too severe. The show was still fun to watch. Season 8 is when I really got disinterest, because that's when they started adding characters like Sparky or Chloe. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Remember those?
Yeah.
This was not a good time to be a Nickelodeon, wasn't it? And because of all this backlash and all because of the whole thing about keeping the show on the air, the show ended on a bad note, and we never got an actual finale, which really sucks.
Until now, where they came out with this.
Yeah, now they got a bunch of spin-offs and sequels and
Remember live action movies?
Yeah.
Because this was a good show. It wasn't my favorite, but I really enjoyed it, and I know a lot of people that do. I do recommend this show. At least watch the first 5 seasons, and then 6 or 7, depending on your interest. But I say the show is pretty solid. It may have gotten worse over time, but I'll talk more about the show in the near future.
Did you though? Future.
Wait, what?
Did he talk about it in the near future?
Yeah,
Probably not.
I think you did.
Okay.
I'll go back a little
I say
bit.
the show is pretty solid. It may have gotten worse over time, but I'll talk more about the show in the near future.
Which we never got.
Did you though?
Yep. Which we never got. Sadly. He's got to go back on some of the stuff.
Jimmy Neutron. Oh, Jimmy Neutron. Yes.
Yes, that was a good one.
Okay, Carl, you want to do the intro for this one?
Oh, yes, LTM. It's time for Jimmy Neutron. Boy genius. It's the cult classic Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, or The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. Boy, talk about a movie that did okay at the box office, but actually just exploded in the cult merchandise, memes, and even just being a cultural phenomenon in general. I mean, this show and the movie just went off the roof. Now everybody's talking about the character.
What?
I want you guys to know that is not a soundboard for Carl Weezer. That is LTM's voice, by the way, folks.
Yeah, that's
For
LTM's.
people who's watching, that is not a soundboard, everybody.
Yeah,
Because I've heard the actual impression. That is him spot on.
Yeah, that's a good impression.
That is not a soundboard, everybody.
Everybody's buying or watching the memes, buying the merchandise. It's just so iconic. It's crazy. But looking back at the show, I do think the show was a lot more better than the movie itself. The movie wasn't bad or anything, but I thought.
I have the ring right here.
Oh yeah, I have the ring.
I have the ring. Yes, I have the ring. Play it again, Levy. We all.
No, hit us again, Libby. We all can sing. We all can sing. We all can sing except Sheen.
Thought maybe it was a little bit slow compared to what Nickelodeon would do on later on. But the movie's not bad. The show, I think, is a lot better. The show had a lot of great characters. They still kept the same. They kept the same identities from the movie. I like the ideas. The show had a lot of fun ideas. There were some funny episodes. It had some fun villains.
I actually did watch the movie to this, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. At some point I did.
It had some great the show would inspire a lot of dank memes. Like I said, the show has a cult following.
Oh, it has a lot of memes.
And the show would go on to become a cult classic. I may talk about this one more in the future, but this is a really good cartoon to check out.
Yep, he's still gotta do it.
And I do take the show over the movie itself. It was funny, it was clever, it was smart. I do recommend this for those who love shows like Dexter's Laboratory or Powerpuff Girls. It's really, really good.
Well, that was really good, Carl. Now let's talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. And recently, the Netflix series did a really good job too.
Yeah, the Netflix was okay. It did better than the movies though.
Yeah.
Now, much like SpongeBob, I've already talked about this show several times in the past, but I'll try my best not to say too much here. But all I'm going to say is, guys, Avatar: The Last Airbender is probably my favorite Nicktoon out of any Nicktoon on this show or this thing so far. Yes, Avatar is still one of my favorite cartoons, period. Along with SpongeBob, and we'll talk about the last one here in a minute, but this one is probably the best cartoon I've ever seen in my life. Avatar is unlike any other Nicktoon. It's different. It does try to do different things. It's actually got great characters, a very well developed characters. It's got a great idea. I mean, yeah, it's another simple anime. So what? But the thing with this show is that
I wouldn't consider it an anime though. It's more of a cartoon though.
Yeah.
It looks anime-ish though. I will admit it kind of does, but it's more of a cartoon.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't consider it an anime.
Because animes and stuff usually come from Japan, and this is Japan. It came from probably the U.S. So
does something that not every Nicktoon does, and that's actually try to be more serious. Now, shows like Hey Arnold and debatably some of the older ones actually try to be serious in some ways, but actually they do. This one is actually full on serious. Avatar is not technically a comedy; it's an action adventure anime that stars characters that have these weird powers. You know, fire, wind, air, stuff.
What's bending? It's not like a power though.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Boogie Wonderland.
Oh yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Uh-oh.
Well, you're missing his water though. The Earth.
I know. I'm joking.
You're just missing all four. You just got the main three. You just got three of them in there.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Avatar is a great show, and I hope it does get more attention over time. It is a really great show and pretty underrated at best. I hate that this show didn't last very long because this is a very underrated show.
They did make a spin-off, by the way, and also they made movies out of it, and
Legend of Korra is it? Or
the spin-off.
Yeah.
And now let's talk about the last Nicktoon I'll be talking about on this show for now. Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom was a show that grew on to me as an
He's a phantom.
Yep.
adult. Let me put it this way. I like Danny Phantom more as an adult.
Does this mean Danny Phantom's a DC character or a Marvel?
Could you imagine Danny Phantom having a movie?
I kind of
would he be DC or would he be Marvel?
He'd be more of a DC character.
That's what I'm thinking.
You could say he's DC. He could be a DC character.
What are you guys thinking? When you guys watch this, put in the comments, Danny Phantom, Marvel, or DC.
Yeah, put in the comments. I think he's more of a DC run because DC's got some weird ones in there. When I go to your house on Tuesday, which I'm not saying I'm gonna go to his house. He invited me over on Tuesday to watch a movie, an Acolyte that's coming out. You want me to bring the DC encyclopedia?
Yeah, but one thing that he didn't mention on here was tough puppy. I want like that one that Spencer voiced. That Nickelodeon show.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wanted to talk about that one or give his thoughts on that one in the future.
Yes. We're gonna get him back to doing stuff again. We're gonna get him back to doing like the Legend of Nicktoons and stuff again.
Yeah, he needs to do now that Nicktoons has got more stuff. He's got to do a part 3.
Yes, he's gonna do a part 3.
Yeah.
Than I did as a kid, because much like Avatar, it actually took some risks for what the channel has done. First of all, while the show is technically a comedy, it actually tries to be more dark and serious, much like Avatar.
Yeah,
And
more
I also
dark.
do appreciate that the show is more of a superhero rather than actually trying to be a simple comedy. Like, you know, you had one about a sponge who lives in a pineapple. We had a show about a kid with fairly godparents. You had a show about talking babies. And this one actually took a new approach to it. And I do appreciate how it took a lot of risk in its cartoon. The characters were very well done. I love the animation style. It's Butch Hartman. You know, he does a really good job here. And I do like some of the voice acting. It's got some really solid episodes. I will admit the third season kind of lost its edge.
Butch got a TikTok. The guy that made Danny Phantom.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's got a TikTok account.
He also has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
The first 2 seasons are very well solid, and despite the finale, season 3 is fine, but it's not as good as the first 2 seasons. I hope Nickelodeon does reboot this one some way, because there is potential for a decent conclusion. But then again, Danny Phantom is a very solid show, and I like it more as an adult than I do as a kid. So I do recommend checking this one out for those who love superhero shows, ghost stories, and stuff like that.
Well, Carl, Legend of the Nicktoons.
Do you think they would make a live action universe of this, and it would be Ghostbusters meets Danny Phantom?
I'd love a live action Danny Phantom. I bet they can actually pull it off.
It could be Marvel canon or DC canon in the
Yeah.
DCEU or the Marvel
I think it
Cinematic Universe.
But the endings. Remember the ending's kind of funny. When I think I won't spoil it, but I think something happened here in a second.
Wait, what ending?
The big explosion or something like that.
Oh no.
Is done. What do you want to do now?
I say we go out and party, hey LTM.
This shit is fire.
Okay. You say so.
I heard this and I had to go in on.
Oh no! Talk about Bruno.
Let's get it.
Oh, what?
What the heck?
Before you talk about me, better talk about Bruno. They can't classify me like a Bluto. Call me SquarePants, but that's just a pseudo. Go off key.
I hope I don't get copyrighted for this.
No, don't try to keep up with me. You are too slow. I am a poet and I know it. Call me Hugo. And I am better than any rapper you know. Killing this beat, then I'm only a cartoon show. Walked all the way from my house to Verdugo. I'm so fly that yesterday your boy Lulo. And you know my arm's real big like you.
What?
SpongeBob never said that. That's Photoshop.
You should give me a sound drop of that. SpongeBob never said that. That's Photoshop.
Plain but a cold like new snow. Sponge real big like Auntie Tatubo. Headed out in 5, 4, 3, 2, Uno. Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Okay, before we get off here, show what's the controversy started. You know what I'm talking about? LTM vlog or LTM Finding Nemo. We gotta watch that.
Finding Nemo. What?
The one where he took his shirt off.
Oh, that's the one. I know what you're talking about.
Hope he's okay with me showing this, but it's funny.
Yeah, I remember that one. One of my
Go
friends,
to older.
Brandon Jordan or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
He
Go
came
to
up to
older
me and
stuff.
said, he came up to me and said, "You got to watch this."
See, it's on the older stuff.
It's on here, I think.
I have to go to oldest to
Slick
see
Man,
it.
the sequel from Happy Madison.
Done Kong Country meme. I
What-
should.
What's it called?
LTM Finding Nemo.
Oh no.
Ricky Berwick and Bill Jensen. I shower you with coconut cream pies. Yeah, just go to the very top and go back to go to oldest and see if you can find it.
Vacation vlog. It's in here somewhere.
That's a lot of baloney. What in the world is that? I remember Rise of the Guardians. That was a good movie.
Yeah. The Blue Coats 2019 Part 3.
Yeah, it's in here somewhere. I think the thumbnail is him in the bathtub. I think it's the thumbnail.
Party Time remakes.
Merry Christmas from the team. Powerhouse Nation. Yeah, it's in the old stuff. It's in the old intro. I think is where it's at.
Damn Banta Fred movie. LTM on Lob's Treasure Planet.
But yeah, folks, all the videos are up. So if you want to check all this stuff out, feel free to check it out.
Yeah.
All this stuff and more. But this is big, folks, on this channel.
Norm of the North, the Chronicles of.
Oh, LTM The Last Airbender. Ooh. Oh, go back up though. I want them to see this. A couple of more. Hotel Mario meets Squidward. Gotta watch that one.
Wayne's World, Sub Brothers, or no, Step Brothers. Sorry. Where's it at in here? I'm trying to find it.
LTM Batman and Robin, the April Fool's edition. Oh, what in the world? Okay. 4 year. It's in here somewhere. I know that.
It's in here somewhere. Chicago Freebirds, Cloverfield, Superbad, Zombieland, Danny Phantom.
Oh, there's Mean Tasia too.
What, where? Oh, that's
the
nostalgia.
No, that's the full one. Oh man.
We gotta
that'd be a
full through that.
That'd be a full live in itself. That won't be.
Yeah, that's gonna be an hour long.
2 hours and 3.
That's like an hour long. That'll be an hour long live reaction to that. Man. Nostalgia.
So what's the difference between that one and the other one? I guess the other one's like a theatrical release or something.
Mean Tasia Nostalgia Dream, Pepsi commercial.
Help you find it. No, it's in there somewhere.
It's in here somewhere. Graduation Day. Well, we're getting close because it was during the 2019. It was during my. We're getting close, everybody. I can feel it. Oh, remember the short film we made?
Oh, you go ahead and watch. Go ahead and watch that. I want to watch that again.
No, hold on. I'm gonna try to find the.
It's in here somewhere. Graduation Day 2019.
Buddy's Night Studios. Squidward Gets Real.
Where in the world is it? Not a museum feature. Not. Darn it. No, it's in here.
What's it called?
It's Finding Nemo. Good fellows. The end. One.
NHS Concert New Tasia Underground. The Shallow, Solo, Pete's Dragon, Jacob and Jake.
Oh, there's the rant video.
Oh, come on.
I remember seeing it because
It's in here somewhere, folks. I'm trying to find it. LTM editorials and reviews is on, and he said good memories. Yeah, we're checking out some of your stuff. We're trying to find one of your reviews that was really controversial. If it's in here somewhere. It's it's in here somewhere. I can't find it. It's the
You just gotta look for the, because it's not really, don't really have a thumbnail. You just look for the title. Just gotta look for Finding Nemo.
Oh, Christopher Cooper's in. How long y'all gonna be live? I might do a part 2. He said some of them might be deleted.
Okay.
Batman and Robin, Bell, and Donkey Kong.
This one may not be because it's I don't think it had anything bad in it.
New Friend Roger Rabbit's a good one. The Cult of George Lucas.
First New Groove. Oh, he did talk about Jimmy Neutron again, because there's a video in there about it.
LTM, we gotta get you to do some of your old stuff back again, you know? Since you're in here.
Where in the flip is it?
It's in here somewhere.
Holy fish paste! It's a god! Oh no. Huh. Wonder Brothers animation epilogue teaser. Oh yeah, I remember that.
I can't find it in here.
Shouldn't have got deleted because it wasn't really got nothing bad in there.
Yeah, I can't find it.
We're in 2021 now, so it'd be farther back. So it might have got deleted.
Yeah, we can't find it. We're trying to look
Anyway.
for. He said some of those might have been deleted or something, but I can't find it.
Let's go to older stuff and see if you want to do one more reaction to something. Go to oldest. Let's see. Let's react to some of the memes. LTM Deadpool double feature since Deadpool 3's coming out.
Oh yeah, we gotta watch that. Where is that? Where'd you see that?
Right here. Go up where the Papa, where it says Papa right there. No, one more down. No, you're in the right spot, but just go where they're right here. After Pineapple Express.
Oh, Deadpool double feature. Yeah, we gotta watch this since it's
Oh,
I'm gonna get copyrighted for that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I gotta skip the intro.
Silly rabbit. Tricks are for
Oh no.
Yeah, cars are for streets.
Oh.
It's me, Squidward. And I'm going to go from a power bottom to a top.
Oh, what the heck? Yeah, this was the era when he went through the memes and stuff, and in the beginning of his videos, like what? Remember when they said people were saying, "What is this? A meme compilation or a movie review?"
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what Brandon says. Like, this is a big meme compilation instead of movie reviews.
Yes.
Pick if you want to get with this.
Oh, what in the world?
Hello, welcome to LTM.
Oh, the old room setting.
Oh yeah.
Movies. So, in my last review, I got really excited because I finally get to talk about the first two Deadpool movies, which in this case is my first ever double feature review, and I'm really excited to review these two movies. The first one is the original Deadpool. So in Deadpool...
Would this mean Luke's part of the physical media community since he collects DVDs?
Yeah, 'cause look, you should see his movie, guys. You should see his movie collection. I know he don't really showed up in his videos, but I'll text him and tell him you should do a movie collection, show all his movies off because if you've seen his room before, yeah, he's part of the physical media community because he's got like a bunch of DVDs and stuff.
Oh yeah. Take me back to these days. Yeah, that's what LTM editorials was saying. But I'll just go ahead.
Yeah.
I gotta use the bathroom real quick. Honestly, I gotta take a pause for a second. I gotta use the bathroom.
That's racist! For the potato, asshole.
Okay, I'm back.
All right.
But LTM, you got to go back to some of your older editorials.
You got a guy named forgot his name, but he's played by Ryan Reynolds. He's a superhero.
Okay.
Well,
Listen here. How can you forget Deadpool's name? Like you're technically wearing the shirt and everything. Go back to that. He said I forgot his name. The guy.
It's Wade Wilson.
Of course, it's Wade Wilson, Deadpool, man. You just call him Deadpool. You don't have to call him Wade Wilson.
He first has cancer, and then this guy tells him, maybe we can cure you by doing some sort of experiment. So he goes to the experimental. He feels like he never dies. He feels back well again, but his girlfriend gets kidnapped. So he becomes a superhero called Deadpool, and now it's up to Deadpool to find his missing girlfriend. So when the movie came out, it was a big surprise. No one thought that Ryan Reynolds could make a superhero movie, excluding that Green Lantern movie. But anyways,
Yeah, the Green Lantern movie.
Yeah.
What I really enjoyed about Deadpool was his simplicity. I like his character. I like his goofy personality, and I do like him breaking the fourth wall. The humor was funny. The soundtrack, I love the soundtrack. I listen to it every day. I like
gonna give it to you.
Himself. The
You're
villain.
on your own.
I
It's
kind of
funny.
have feelings on, but I'll talk about. He's not as good as the one in the sequel, which I'll get to in a few minutes. But anyways, Deadpool is a very funny movie. I like the settings. It looks great. It stays true to the comic. It knows what it's doing.
Hey, Austin, you want to call me after the call?
Yeah.
After the Discord call? Because I might
Yeah.
do a part 2 of Luke, probably.
Okay.
I think the only problem I have with is that the plot is a little formulaic. I've seen it a few times before.
Or that, or I'll call you after the live.
Okay.
That's just a nitpick for me. Overall, I think Deadpool is one of my favorite superhero movies alongside
Oh
the
yeah,
Avengers.
that's real good.
Not as good as the Avengers, but still, and I'm a very big Deadpool fan, so overall score.
Plus, Deadpool 3 is going to be my first Deadpool movie to see in theaters.
Yeah. I didn't watch Deadpool 2 in theaters. I was about to say I thought I did, but no, I didn't.
I've seen clips and stuff to get an idea.
Maybe I might watch Deadpool. My dad likes Deadpool. He really likes watching. He really likes
yeah.
it.
For 8 out of 10. That's all I gotta say for the first one, and now for the second one. I'll be back in a few minutes. This is LTM signing out for just a few seconds.
Could I have something to eat?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
what?
Could I have something to eat?
No,
Could I have something to eat?
no.
Can't you say anything else but no?
Try asking again.
Can I have something to eat?
No.
Whoa. heck?
What? Well,
Oh yeah, Cable and
yeah.
Hello, welcome to LTM Reviews again, and I'm finally back after finding the other copy, but here is my review of Deadpool 2, the sequel, and it literally says at the back, the sequel to the first one. So Deadpool 2, Ryan Reynolds is back, and this time he's in a little bit of a predicament. His girlfriend died from this mean guy, and now he's all by himself. And
And Cable's played by Josh Brolin, who also plays Thanos.
oh yeah, isn't he played by the same guy?
Yeah, Cable's Josh Brolin, who also plays Thanos.
Oh yeah, and he was also in Dune.
Yeah.
And then he meets this kid who I forgot his name because I can't remember any of these characters' names, but he's this kid who has this power that this principal did some sort of experiment to him, kind of like what Deadpool did in the first one, and now they end up in jail, and now it's up to Deadpool and this kid to team up to this family to defeat this bad guy. So this one, in my opinion, I think is better than the first. And let me explain why. Well, I thought the first Deadpool was a little too formulaic and a little too predictable. This one at least kind of took some risks. It knew what it was trying to do, and it knew how to improve on the original.
Juggernaut. Oh, I should wear my white pants.
Megasonic Teenage Warhead. Megasonic Teenage Warhead. That's an awesome name.
My opinion is much more funny than the first one. The soundtrack is much more interesting and really enjoyable than the first one. The characters I really love in this one. I think the bloopers at the
Oh, yeah.
ending I will not spoil, but let's just say
Charging at me in your metal,
probably one of the
in your
best
metal hat.
wall-breaking jokes ever in any movie. I like the intro where you sort of like in the first one. In the first movie, they'll have like they'll say Fox presents, and then they'll just make fun like. This
Oh yeah.
I
I like the Deadpool intro. It's really funny.
Yeah.
The credits. I really like Deadpool much more in this one than he did in the first one. And
Oh yeah, Chris's mom was talking about if we wanted to get together, to watch Deadpool together since it's her birthday.
Yeah. I told him about that already.
Oh yeah.
I like the new characters. I like the team, and that's all I gotta say for Deadpool 2. And that's my double feature of Deadpool 2. So what am I gonna do next time? Well, that's all entirely up to you guys. What do y'all think I should do next time? Comment below, let me know. And also, I am on Instagram and Facebook. If you want to talk to me on either one of those, feel free to do so. Talk to me on my Facebook or on Messenger or Instagram. Either way, just those three channels. This is LTM signing out, and thank you for watching this double feature review.
Oh, get ready for some of his other memes.
Yes, Johnny, eating sweets, no baby. Telling lies, no Johnny, open your
What the heck?
mouth.
Oh.
Hey, Vsauce! Michael here.
What the
What's
heck?
normal? Are you normal?
Don't believe his lies.
Luke, I call him not.
Sure, whatever.
Hear that, Patrick? You're in.
All right, I play a mean belly.
What the heck? I can agree with him. Is it a compilation or is it a movie review?
Yeah, so that was out of control.
One has to go.
Let's see here. Shrek. That one's a hard one because I like all those movies.
Look, it's March 15th.
I'm gonna go with Ice Age. I can't get rid of Shrek and Incredibles.
Yeah.
SpongeBob movie was a pretty good movie.
So yeah, there you have it, folks. That's LTM editorials. No, LTM movie reviews. So there you have it. You want to check in on Braden's chugging challenge before we send off?
Yeah.
Nah, we'll probably do him. We've done him enough already.
Yeah, I'll do it another time.
Plus, that's it for this one, folks. Thank you all for watching the show. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to check out the Silver Bell Show. And feel free to check out the Silver Bell Show, DX Fan number 1, Johnny the 5'8", Squid Hard Sports, Braden's Chugging Challenge, and Teeth Daggers, who's on Twitch, Zombie Kill 4545. He's on Twitch too. I guess that's everybody. And the Silver Bell Show again.
I hadn't reviewed Deadpool yet. I thought I did, but apparently I haven't.
Oh yeah, and also feel free to check out episodes 1 and 2 and 3 of Smack Talk, which is available on the Silver Bell Show channel, and episode 3 is available on my channel.
All right, folks. See you later. Stay tuned for part 2 of LTM. We might cover him another time.
Oh yeah, and also we might cover Meme Tasia as well, so feel free to stick into that. It's good to have you all in chat. And also, it's great to have the Silver Bell Show with me here today.
All right, see you guys.
And we're clear.